Hello, I'm Peroshini Naidoo. Today we are going to learn how to do a burning ceremony, or sometimes it's called a releasing ceremony. And all that entails is using the energy of fire to help us purify, to help us cleanse, to help us remove any kind of stuck, any kind of stagnant energy that we're ready basically to move on from. Now, burning ceremonies are traditionally done after a difficult phase in one's life. So after a divorce, let's say change in career, financial instability or hardship, anything that you're ready basically just to move on from. A burning ceremony is a powerful way to get the energy moving in the direction you want it to move. Now, the best times to do a burning ceremony is when the energy around you, or when your personal energy actually complements your intention. So a full moon or a new moon is a wonderful time. That's when the energy outside really works with us to help our manifestation. New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, a birthday or anniversary, any significant day to you where your energy says it's time to move ahead. That's the best time to do a burning ceremony. Now, what do we need for a burning ceremony? Well, a fire. That's all we need, a fire and a piece of paper and something to write with, so we can write down our intention, what we would like to move on from, the energy we're ready to say goodbye to. So it could be anything. Now, the first thing we do before we get started with our intention is we're going to call in our guides and angels. This is always important because everybody has guides and angels, and these energetic beings are there to help us with our life, any decisions we need to make, any paths we need to embark on. They are there to help us. Their purpose is for our empowerment and our happiness. So if these beings are around you, it can't hurt to call them in, right? And calling them in is as easy as just saying, guides, angels, please be with me today while I start my burning ceremony. Now, we could also make this a little more flowery, a little prettier, and I'm going to do that right now. So, guides, angels, please be with me today and help me move on from any energy that it no longer resonates. Please help me with my burning ceremony today and in the days and weeks following. And so it is. And so that's all it takes. So you can call on your guides and angels whichever way you like, in order to, whatever feels best for you is what you should be doing. You can just call out loud and they'll be there. Now, for the purpose of this burning ceremony, I'm calling in Archangel Nathaniel as well as my personal guides and angels. Archangel Nathaniel is the angel of big change, and his element is fire. So this is right up his alley, and he was the angel that actually guided me to release this video so all of you could enjoy moving on from that energy that has maybe plagued your life, that you are just ready to depart from. So Nathaniel's a wonderful angel to call on. Different scenarios, we all have different needs, so there's different angels, there's different guides for different problems that you have. It's infinite, so I could go on all day. I'm just gonna list a couple of them right now. Some of the major reasons someone seeks out a burning video. Usually it's a relationship, an end to a relationship, and this can be very, very traumatic. And if you don't make peace with the energy and cut your cords, and that means cut your connections, say goodbye to that old energy, it can really follow you to the next relationship or prevent you from finding that next relationship. So saying goodbye is important, and a burning ceremony really helps. If this is why you're tuning in to watch the burning ceremony, I would suggest Archangel Michael. He's really good for helping us with confidence, and his element is fire as well. He's good for protection, to protect you, to ensure that you are no longer hurt or harmed. If you have been through abuse, either emotional or physical, and especially if you are a female, I suggest calling on the goddess Kali. She takes an interest in females and really helps us empower ourselves so we can say goodbye to any bad habits that keep us stagnated in the energy that we're ready just to move on from. If you have a health concern that you're ready to move on from, maybe less than perfect health, Archangel Raphael is a wonderful angel to call on. If you have monetary concerns, Lord Ganesha is wonderful. Archangel Ariel is wonderful to bring in that energy of abundance and of prosperity. If you have heart chakra issues, let's say you have trouble forgiving or trouble opening yourself up to love, Jesus is a wonderful person to call on, a wonderful ascended master to call on that can really help us and add power to our burning rituals. So again, there's infinite combinations. If you're unsure of what to use in your burning ceremony, go with what resonates, and you can't fail by just calling in your guides and angels to be with you. If you do need a little extra help, just write in the comments and I'll tune in for you and see who is best for you to call in. So burning ceremony, next thing we want to do, we've got all our supplies, we've got our piece of paper, we have our fire, and we're ready. So how do we start? We want to actually embark or actually begin our burning ceremony when we are in a calm and centered energy. Now, what often gets us or helps us get to that point where we realize it's time to let go of old energy is usually passionate feelings, anger, depression, sadness, anything that we're just ready to be done with. And when we're in those states, our emotions are really heightened. Unfortunately, our energy is not focused the way it should be. So if you are, just searching for a way to release this energy and you're in that heightened emotional state, take a day, take a few hours to calm down before doing your burning ceremony. It's always more powerful when our energy is focused, when we are calm and collected and going into this with an open mind and with our confidence at a high. And that doesn't mean general confidence, that of course helps, but confidence that this will work. Our intentions are everything. So having the intention that this is going to work will ensure that it absolutely does. Now, what we're going to do is, we've called in our angels, we've called in our guides, so take a second to take a deep breath and clear your mind from any kind of worrying thoughts, any kind of unhelpful thoughts, any kind of negative worries, thoughts. Let's just push all of that away and focus on what we would like to clear from our life. Now, if you're like me, you probably have a whole list of things. I advise it's best to do one at a time. So you can do this burning ceremony, you can have a day where you're doing a burning ceremony. Give yourself some time between what you'd like to release so you can really get in the energy and be focused on what you want to leave behind. So when you're ready, let's write down what we'd like to move on from. So it can be absolutely anything. And when you're done, I like to fold the paper. To me, this symbolizes that energy is contained right here. Everything we want to release right here. So that energy is contained. And what we're going to do, we've already called in our guides and our angels. So what we're going to do is just simply put this on the fire. Okay, and there it goes. And what you want to do is stay focused on that piece of paper and watch the flames consume it. This symbolizes that stagnant energy, all the energy you've put into those few lines that you've written, all that energy that went into that intention of release is being consumed. It's being cleared from your life. So visualize that actually happening, and you'll see the energy rise to heaven or just clear, just being transmuted from anything negative, anything challenging, into energy that actually supports you and supports your purpose. So that's as easy as it is. Now, one thing you do have to be aware of is after our burning ceremony, the ceremony doesn't actually stop after the paper is burned. The ceremony continues in the hours and the weeks after the burning ceremony, because that is when your guides and angels work with you to really highlight any areas of your life where you are working against your intention. Your intention is to release whatever it is that's stuck, whatever you wrote down on your paper. So sometimes that means we have to really delve deeply into ourselves, and we have to figure out what's holding us back. And we are not always in the position to do that. Sometimes our fears are stronger, and that's where our angels and guides come in. That's where our higher self and our intuition comes in, because we have set the intention of releasing this old energy from us. It's important to pay attention to our guidance in the coming hours, in the coming days and weeks after we've done this burning ceremony, because this is when our angels and guides come through for us and let us know if there is a relationship that is fostering this energy that you've tried to release. They're going to come up and they're going to let you know, hey, maybe you want to create some distance with this relationship. If it's a situation, maybe they're going to say, hey, maybe you want to not be involved in that situation and that energy. It's not helping your intention of moving forward. And that's going to feel just like, it feels like feelings. And you know it's your guidance because it's constant. That intuition, that guidance never goes away. It's always there. If you receive guidance to step away from a relationship one day and 2 weeks later you still feel the same, that, you know, I really don't want to maybe, but that's what my energy is saying, then pay attention to your energy. Pay attention to the guidance you're receiving. That's your angels and guides, and that's your higher self. That's your soul speaking to you. Like, we've heard you. We know what you want to move on from. This is how you can best do it. So there are, again, infinite combinations on who we can call on for a burning ceremony. There's infinite different ways we can add to it. I like to do it simple and easy, because that ensures that you're focused and your energy is concise and clear. And it 100% works every single time. So I hope you try for yourself and move yourself in the direction that you really want to be in. Remember, your intention is everything, and your personal power, it's like nothing else. Stronger than any angels is your own personal power and your own control over your life. So enjoy the burning ceremony. And if you have enjoyed this video, please like, please follow, please share, or subscribe to my channel to keep the videos coming. Thank you so much for tuning in today.